Okay, William.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning.
Okay. So let us do 1 minute meditation. Yeah. Did you hear the background of the noise, the kids?
Was that me? I'll put it on.
No, my
Oh, no, I don't hear your background.
Okay, that's good, because we have a lot of kids coming. Good. All right, we ready. We started. Okay. We're gonna be walk out and close the door. Make sure. Every Friday we do have the Buddhist kids for all level at the temple. Last night we have 28 kids. They come to the temple. Okay. Okay, William, you remember where we stopped? I could not hear you.
I'm reading what's up on the screen. Yeah, that doesn't seems like maybe we were a little bit before that. Okay, some people bringing, now while we're lecturing dynasty, this chapter comes first, then the commentary. If you were to discuss the Name Sutra in detail, you'll not finish.
I think we're done with this thing, right?
I think we're right around, yeah, because I think we're right around this area. I think there's multiple discussions.
We're talking about the proper retribution and the dependent retribution, remember?
Yeah.
You understand it too, right?
Yeah.
Tammy and what think you understand the difference between proper retribution and the dependent retribution?
I haven't heard of these terms yet, Pei, but I think there's some description underneath, so I'm going to see if I can try to read that.
Okay. Tell me, you understand this thing? Did you?
I know we talked about it last time, but no, I don't remember.
Oh, you already get back to me?
It's been a few days.
Okay, that is good. Okay, so let me quickly summarize this thing. So you understand that in Buddhism, right? Everything is created by our mind, right? Include our body. And in the mind, we're talking about the Alaya consciousness. In the Alaya consciousness is the storehouse consciousness. And that is, they will contain the power of the karma from the three things, right? The mind, the mouth, and the body. So whatever we do in the past, through these three actions, the mind, the mouth, and the body, that will become the power of the karma. So this will, when we leave, when we die, right? And that power of karma will the ribbon for us for the rebirth in the future. The current state of the Alaya consciousness and also the power of the karma, these two criteria will determine where we be born. And most of the time we've been controlled by the power of the karma and because of our habit, right? And usually it's not in the good state. We more likely we will be born into the bad state and the bad realm. So it's very important that at that time we have the good advisor, and that could help us to remind us and tell us to have a proper state of the mind. It's important, and also praying. It will give us the support. That is a very important support of the spirit during that time. So when we go into, so let's say that we were born into the human, and okay, when they how the William, you remember when we're talking about it? Do you remember how the Alaya consonant enter into the mother womb?
Yes, that we're in a more subtle form in the Bardo realm. We're in the Bardo body, and when the Bardo consciousness, like that, the Bardo body, let's say, if it's me in this case, becomes interested in two people having intercourse. If it's more attracted to the mother, then it becomes a male. It's more attracted to the father, becomes a female. And then whichever it's more attracted to, it has an aversion to the other. And then in wanting to be involved in the intercourse, that's how the consciousness ends up incarnating.
So that means that it will bonding the three criteria, the Alaya consonant and the father age and the mother's sperm, right? These three criteria, it will create the first the beginning of the embryo we call kalala. It's just like the solid milk, I think, or the condensed milk. So the Alaya consonant is the one depend on the condition of the truth, right? Become the kalala. So that Alaya consonant carry with them the power of the karma, and every 7 weeks, no, it's every 7 days. I mean, every week, there will be the power of the karma wind. There will be a specific power of the karma wind. It will pray the physical and the mental of the body. Cô Thương Như, did I share you the 38-week fetus development inside the mother womb?
No, I did not get that, thầy.
Oh, okay. Let me show you quickly here. I think this is very important. This is the Buddha teaching. It's very precise compared to the medical view.
What's interesting is it's about 1 week ahead. So it makes me wonder if when the Buddha is talking about the karmic winds, if what they're doing it in this week, and then we can see the changes fully the next week. So it's I mean, and that would make sense. But it's so spot on.
Okay, let me show you here. This is the week number 1, and that is what we call Kalala. That is the first, the beginning of the fetus. Just like a condensed milk, right? The week number 2, feel the rising of the common wind named universal completeness. I translate all these things. So sometimes my translation, because sometimes the name of the vitamin name, I try to translate the most accurate I can do, whatever that give me, if possible. Okay, so this universal completeness flow the both sides of the mother belly and make the Kanala into the condensed milk about how to show appearance of the human form called Anfuya, because I don't know how to translate that. And this is the human form. And week number 3, feel the rising of the common wind named the storm mouth. That means tàng khẩu. Okay, we translate word by word. Due to the power of the common wind, the body of the Anfuya, that means the human form, have the shape of the 2 arms, flow like the pedal to pound the herbal medicine. This is like the pedal. And week number 4, there's a view arising of the common wind named holding on. Due to the power of this common wind, make the shape of the 2 arm flow form like a curved shoe. You see, it's set like a curved shoe. Week number 5, feel the arising of the common wind named holding on it. Due to this power of this common wind, it saw the 2 sides of the button, the 2 shoulder and the torso and the head. You see that? With number 6, Buddha feel the rising of the common wind named Vivan. I don't know how to say it. Due to the power of this common wind, it formed the 2 arms and the 2 feet. 2 arms and 2 feet. Very accurate. Feel the rising of the common wind named complete transfer. Due to this power of this common wind, the fetus saw 2 hands and 2 feet. 2 hands and 2 feet. With number 8, feel the rising of the common wind named movement. Due to the power of this common wind, the 10 finger and the 10 toe are created. Very accurate, huh? And so on. Feel the arising of the common wind named Skada. Due to the power of this common wind, it gave birth to the different forms like face, ear, nose, mouth, urination, and the defecation. Yeah, they have all those things. well connected. So all this thing here, where it come from the power of the common wind. That means come from the power of our own karma. And that's why you see that every mom, not all mom give birth to the same baby. No. It's okay. Sometimes you see the baby come out with the beautiful form. Some baby come out very not beautiful. Some baby come out very intelligent. Some come out not really intelligent. Some come out perfect body. Some come out with the not complete body, right? So some missing, right, on the body. And then some come out very good, healthy. Some come out with unhealthy baby. And so on and so on. All this come from where? From our own karma, we pray. This is very important. So all this thing here, and you will see all this thing, all the way to the 38 week. And why this is so important? Because this will help us to understand this E come from us. So I have the class on Saturday, every Saturday, 12:30 to 1:30 Central Time. I teach the 12 link dependent, origination independent. I come to this is the link related to the consciousness, and I teach about this thing. So they understand. Okay, the before that means the mental formation. That is the one before the consciousness. That is where we create all kind of karma, good, bad, right? Those come from the previous state, and this is the state that where we enter into the model womb. And so make sure they understand. I just briefly tell them how. I don't give them the complete picture how we enter into the model womb, because they're too young. So I just want to give them this picture so they understand how the power of the karma develops us. My class is 7th grade all the way up. So anyway, so this is your first time see this, right? Yeah.
Yes, Tay, this is my first time seeing this.
Okay, maybe I can
Really interesting.
I can give you the PDF if you are interested.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Let's go back. So let's talking about that. So when we come in, right? What is the proper retribution? Proper retribution, that everything come from inside the body, right? That means include the intelligence, include the good feature about our body, wise, intelligent, good looking or whatever. Those things we call the good proper retribution. And the dependent retribution, it means the environment. For example, we born into the good family or the bad family, and from the family, we have the environment, right? The environment where we live, it's a good environment. Like we have good school area, right? We have a safe environment. So this comes from our blessing. That means the power of our karma. That is the dependent retribution. So the dependent retribution depend on the power of karma. That means blessing or don't have blessing. So this is what we're talking about. The normal people like us, not yet enlightened, right? What that means sometimes you see a person have a very good proper environment, but they do not have the good environment. Oh no, proper retribution, but they do not have the good dependent environment. You understand that, William?
Yes.
Can you give me an example?
Yeah, I mean, there are people who are, very strong, well-formed, have probably a good intellectual capacity that say they grow up in a war-torn country. There are people who become, say, engineers from like villages where they build stuff out of trash, and they have nothing wrong with their thinking, or they have all their fingers, they're strong, they're healthy. Yeah.
But they don't have a good environment, right, to grow up. Just like us, we were the refugee, right? I was the boat people in 1982. I left Vietnam. That time I was 14 years old.
Wow.
Well, anyway, but vice versa, we have some have a very good environment. They do not have a good dependent retribution, but they do not have the good proper retribution. Just like the people who are wealthy, right? They live in a good environment, but it doesn't mean that they are intelligent. Some born not intelligent. Maybe some born not good looking either, right? Some born, well, they do have blessing for the external material, but they don't have the intellect. So that, and what about the one who attend the sacred one, for example, Arhat? Well, they have a good proper retribution, but they enter into the state of nirvana. That means they cut off everything. So their environment is only in that state. But when and in the Maha Param Nirvana, the Buddha said that even the Arhat, right? They enter into nirvana, and they don't want to generate the bodhicitta, to practice the bodhisattva path, but they only in that state for many kappa. When they end, they exhausted, they will come out, but they don't fall down to the evil realm. They only go up. But the one who is not yet enlightened, even they attend the fourth state of the meditation, or the fourth state of samadhi in the formless, right? When they exhausted their blessing, they will fall back to the lower one. Eventually, they will go down to the evil realm. You know why? What the difference?
The disillusion of the idea of self.
The other hand, they do not have the notion of self. Therefore, they are liberated, right? They in the state of liberated. So they never go down. No, we're not even talking about the Arahat. The first state of Arahat, that means the stream entry. So but Bodhisattva, right? Bodhisattva, so if the one who initial generate the bodhicitta, they maybe they do not have the state of the mind just like the Arahat. That means the proper retribution in that way yet. But eventually they will surpass, or they easily pass the Arahat in the short time, because their mind is the mind of benefit the living being. Therefore, their proper retribution in the future grow very quickly. That means the wisdom. And also their dependent retribution quickly change according to their vow. This is important. And unbelievable. The state of Arahat cannot compare to the one who are the common person, but initially generate the bodhicitta. They already surpass the Arahat. Let me give you an example so you understand. In the chapter 17 of the Avatamsaka Sutra, there was this chapter talking about compare. The Saka, right? That means the king of the heaven, of the second one, second heaven. Ask the Bodhisattva, what is the blessing of the Bodhisattva who just have the initial state of generate the bodhicitta? And you know what he said? No word can describe. But anyway, he will rely on the power of the Buddha. He will speak in that letter for us to understand. And how he, okay, this is how it's described. Let's say that there a person who practice given to all living beings in the 10 directions. Not many. And he asked the heaven king, how much blessing this person has. And you know what? The king said that this only the Buddha know. No one else know. Okay? And the Bodhisattva said that compared to the one initial generate bodhicitta, not even a fraction of 100, fraction of 1,000, million, billion, to the most tiny one. Okay, he moved on to the second example. Let's say that this person also do the same thing, just like the first person. He spent 100 years, no, 80 years to do all the given to all the living in the 10 directions. And after 80 years, he realized that all the given to them, it doesn't help them to be liberated. They are old. Okay, so he teach them to become Arahat. He spent many years to teach them to become Arahat. All of them attend Arahat. Or the Pacceka Buddha. So the Bodhisattva asked the king, what do you think? The blessing of this person, what do you think? How much there? And he said that, well, only the Buddha knows. And Bodhisattva said that compared to the initial state of the mind of the generator bodhicitta, non-comparable. That's like the one we talked in the first person. Why was that? You understand why this example? Why we cannot compare? What makes this uncomparable?
The mind state is different. So the difference would be the intention of the person. So bodhicitta being that intention, the sincere intention to liberate all living beings. And I think when we're saying giving rise to it, we mean in a sense where it's not regressing, where it's not like they just have a thought of it, but that they've actually brought forth true bodhicitta that will continue to unfold and grow. And that's infinite. There's no end. So you look at like Avalokiteshvara, how long Avalokiteshvara has been practicing bodhicitta, compassion, is immeasurable, and all the blessings that have flowed from that for other people and for that bodhisattva have to be like uncounted.
Did I told you the story about the master with the master is it already attend Arahat, right? And his disciple is a novice monk, right? He not yet attend. The teacher and the student, they both walk on the road, and they come to the first school, right? And the disciple saw the student. It's a good student. They willing to learn, right? And therefore, in his mind, at that time he already carried his master luggage, right? The backpack on his shoulder. But in his mind, he saw, he had the thought arise. He said that in the future, I will open school and teach you to make sure you become the good people. When the master saw, because the master Arahat, he can read his disciple mind, no problem. And you know what? He said to his student, son, let me carry the bag for you. Okay. And well, master asked, and student took gift. He didn't know what it meant, but anyway. So when they come to the second school, shooting occurring, right? The student shooting, and you know what? In his mind, the thought also arrived. Oh my goodness, the student is terrible. I don't want to open school and teach this student. And you know what? At that time, the master also read his disciple mind, and he said, "Well, son, I give they carry this bag for me." So when after a while they both walk, they continue walking, and suddenly the disciple stopped the master and turned to the master and asked, "Master, I did not understand what happened. When we come to that school, you took my bag and you carried it, and now you give it back to me. What's going on here?" Well, the master said, "Did you have that kind of thought at the first school? You said that you go into open school and teach them?" "Yes." And the master said that, "Well, that is the mind of the Bodhisattva. I cannot do it. So I cannot compare to you. So that's why I carry the bag for you." Now, when you come to the second school, you retreat. Your mind retreat. Now you go back to just like the normal person. Now you carry my bag. Because you cannot compare to me. Does that make sense? Did you hear this story?
I think I have, like, years ago, but it does make sense.
Tăng Như and Tammy, that makes sense, right?
Yes, that makes sense.
Yes.
So the mind is very important, right? Our mind is very powerful. So depend on how we use it. If we use it in the right attitude and right way, we can generate a lot of blessing. Unbelievable. That's why we need to have the right teaching and to guide us through. And the bodhicitta in Buddhism, it's one of the most important about. The reason in this one right here, when I told you in the chapter 17, they talk a lot of this thing, but I just give you briefly so you understand why the one who do a lot of good things like this cannot compare to the person who just have an initial state of the bodhicitta. Well, when the bodhisattva, they generate the bodhicitta, not only on a certain people, not only on a certain state, but that what they do is they will liberate all being in the Dharma realm. That means in the entire Dharma realm. That means all the in the 10 directions. To attain to become a Buddha, not only become Arhat, because let's say that Arhat, we help them to become Arhat or Pasika Buddha. They already one day attain that, they enter into Nirvana. That means the lineage of the Buddha hook is cut off. Does it make sense to you, William?
Yes.
And no more benefit to the living being. What good? Because when we come to that point, we end. That is the limit. But the Bodhisattva is the one who always want to ensure the Buddha teaching always stay in the world to benefit the living being for a long time. And that's why the lineage of the Buddhahood is never interrupted. Because they are the one who want to ensure to benefit the living being until they reach the Buddhahood. This is what we call the Bodhisattva path. And the Bodhisattva never afraid of anything. Even though sometimes they pray, in the past they pray a bad deed. Even though they go into the bad realm, the evil realm, not because of the suffering of the evil realm, they will retreat the state of the mind. No. They always hold on and maintain the state of bodhicitta. And that's how they end the suffering even in the evil realm. And that's why they use the mean of the evil realm to benefit the living being in that level. At the same time, this is important. So it's hard for us to have a chance to understand this concept, especially to the Western world, right? This is very new to the Western people. Even in the Asian people, even the one who in the Buddhism for a long time. But in Vietnamese, we do not talk about the bodhicitta much. But in Tibetan, they do. If we have not learned this thing, we have no idea. Even though we understand the Buddhism, but on a different aspect. But if we do not learn about the bodhicitta, you have no idea what is this thing. And it's very tough to, yes, you can learn many other teaching from Buddha. You can become Arhat or Pasika or to liberate yourself. But bodhicitta, it liberate ourselves and also liberate others at the same time. Bodhisattva willing to delay their enlightenment to benefit others. That's why their dependent retribution is unbelievable. That's why their proper retribution is unbelievable. Does it make sense? Right? Due to their vow. Until they reach the complete enlightenment, that means the Buddha, they will have free body. This is their proper retribution. And they can be able to transform their body into many, all 10 directions. At the same time, they can speak Dhamma to all 10 directions. Just like when we in the Zoom, right? Many people from many countries connect to the Zoom. Each one of us see the same person, right? All of you see me of us see you. Just like the Buddha Dharma, the transformation body come from the Buddha, the Dharma body. It's just like that. It's instantly appear in all 10 directions. But they no come and go. You don't go, you don't come. Just like the moon, right? It's one moon. But if you have 100,000 rivers, you will see 100,000 moon. But the moon is not coming into the water. It's not come out of the water. It's just a reflection. So anyway, so that's important. So we understand. Cô Tăng Như, so you understand, you have any question on the truth?
No, I don't. Not so far. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let's move on. So the word proper environment, the word utensil. What does utensil mean, William?
I think this is things made by living beings. I think human creations. I think so.
Environment as well as all the things
Well,
surrounding us.
Usually utensils are described as like things we use to help us. So
Okay.
like we'll call forks and spoons utensils, but you could have gardening utensils would be like a shovel and a rake. So if we just use the broad category of utensils, it suggests that it's like all of those things that living beings can use to help themselves.
How about this? All these things created by living beings.
I think so. Yeah, I would think that would be what it is.
Okay, that's more accurate. You remember we're talking about the 7 property, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first 5 property create that.
Mm-hmm.
The earth, the water, the wind, the fire, and the space. But with the human knowledge, we create this thing. And the 7 property, property number 7 is consonant. That means Alaya consonant. It will create. Plus the first 6, it will create the living being. So okay, all right. So in here, let's see. The 2 retribution dependent and proper are both called the wonderful Adama. Yeah, it's wonderful because it comes from either our karma or our vow, right? It's very wonderful. That means our mind is just like the artistic, right? The one who can draw everything. You can draw whatever you draw, right? It comes from your mind. Those subtle and wonderful flowers are used as adornment. When we're talking about the flower used for adornment, for decoration, right? In you understand the word adornment. Usually that you see that in the Buddha, in the Sutra, the Buddha described that the 7 traces can decorate the Buddha land. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And do you understand the word adornment in this thing it means?
Yeah, adornment would be a way of, in this case, celebrating maybe even like framing in a certain sense. But it's like a celebration of the Buddha nature. Because when someone has good, proper, independent retribution, their environment is beautiful, their physical form is free of disease and well-formed, and healthy. And so it's like the Buddha nature is being adorned with these, it's being decorated with these marks. that, it's not about the adornment. People, the practice isn't to try to seek these adornments, but they're just natural retributions for practice of the way.
So let me give you an example. Usually, let's say that the Buddha said that when we do the giving, you will become wealthy, right? When you do if you practice patience, you will become very beautiful. When you practice release the living being, you will become the long lived, right? All those things, that's how you decorate your proper retribution, that means the body. And when you spend time to teach others, that's how you have the retribution you will have is wisdom. When you practice giving, you will become rich, right, in the future. That is a good environment. You're born into the rich family here and there, and that means the blessing comes from the external. But in the Buddhist term, for the Bodhisattva, when the Bodhisattva want to decorate, to adore their own body, the best way is to serve living beings. That's how you offer to the Buddha. Not by flower, not by truth. Those things external is good for us to offer, but the true offering comes from the Dharma. That means the practice. But the true practice is to serve living beings. That's how truly you can adore your proper retribution as well as your dependent retribution. So let's say that in the future you become a Buddha. That means you have the 32 mark, right? And 80 minor feature of the Buddha. And you have all in the wisdom, all kind of feature inner of the Buddha, right? You have the spiritual power and all those things, and you also have your Buddha land. Those come from when you serve the living being with the whole heart. This is the best way to offer to the Buddha, and this is the best way to adore your own body, your own proper retribution, your own dependent retribution. Otherwise, it's very limited, right? But if we don't learn this thing, we do not know what does that mean. But when you learn it, you understand it, and we willing to open our heart and our mind. And we willing to serve with them what do you call selfless. This is important. Usually if we do not learn in the Mahayana Sutra, everything we do always attack the self. That is the limit. But when we understand the Mahayana teaching, usually in terms of the Bodhicitta, we practice, and we practice gradually, little by little, in terms of selfless. This is the most important. So the attitude, the mind is important. You just change from self to selfless. The same action, but different mindset. The result come out is uncomparable. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I can understand that, Pei.
So when we let's say that but when we do the giving, right? Of course, our blessing is limited, so we have to be wise to do the giving, to give us so it's more effective in turn. But if we later on we become our blessing is unlimited, we can do just like Bodhisattva. So this is important. So we practice little by little, and also keep in mind, whatever we do, try not to attach to that material and also that person. When it's over, it's over. That's how you become more selfless. If in the future that the person we help, they come back against us, then we will not have any ill will against that person. Otherwise, we attach to that person and also to the thing that we give. That is itself. Therefore, if that person do anything that treat us bad in the future, they do not have any gratitude, then we will have the ill will. And that is against the bodhicitta. And that's why that will harm us, more harm than more benefit. Because we pray a very bad affinity with them. So in the Buddhism, in the Bodhisattva eye, no one is our enemy. The only enemy, only our own enemy is come from us, the evil mind. Our evil mind, that is the number one enemy. So we have to transform that mind. Even though in the family, they treat us very terrible, or the one that we help, but they always treat us very terrible. We try not have any ill thought against that person, even one. It's very easy to say, but very tough to practice. But one, we can overcome it and be able to practice. The virtue you pray, unbelievable. Nothing for the external blessing. Other people pray, even $1 billion, they use to benefit, to give out non-comparable to the virtue we practice. Because our mind never pray any negative affinity. Then we should thank you, the one that give us the trouble. Because without that, we cannot practice loving kindness and compassion. If everything is smooth, then we never improve. Our practice, of course, we don't want to ask those things come to us, right? But things, they will come. We did not remember what we did in the past, but when it comes, we accept it. If we want to know what did we do in the past, just look at what we receive right now. And if we want to know what we will become in the future, just look at what we are doing right now. In the current life, you already see both life, the past and the future. What else do you want? Because this thought, it helps us to calm down. Even in the most critical, negative situation, we still try to keep our mind calm with loving kindness. No one, and this is, if we have this kind of mindset, no one can make us retreat in the bad way. They cannot change us. And of course, we should not have the mind of change others. We only change us. Don't expect to change others. If we always expect others to change, the one suffer the most is us. Never have that thought. We try our best to demonstrate the love and kindness maybe someday that can touch them in the good way. How long? Never, we don't know. Could be month, year, many years. Could be the rest of our life. It's okay. Time is not important, but the way we live is important. That's why I'm afraid to create negative affinity with others. We only try to do good. And yes, we create a lot of negative affinity in the past. Now we encounter them. We try to transform them in the good way. And we vow that those people who have negative with me now, I will try my best to transform into positive, and with that they will become our relative in the Dhamma way, not in the worldly way. Right? So they can become our Dhamma friend, our Bodhisattva. But don't wish them to become our own family again. So we can create a lot of problems. Not the way we want, right? So don't wish that, okay, in the future you become my family. No, not harmful. But you can wish that you can become my Dhamma relative, Dhamma friend. That's important. A Dhamma advisor. That's important, right? So you never know. So we can stop right here. Time is bad. So any question? On the Sunday, we will talk about how the 7 step of the bodhicitta, how to resolve the negative affinity situation. Bodhicitta, the Buddha give us step by step how to deal with this thing. Buddha teaching not only word but also practice as well. Gordon, you have any question for me?
No, I don't think. Thank you. I think I understand it. It was quite interesting.
Yes, tell me. You
I understand. What day did you say the tree fell?
What?
What day did you say the tree fell?
Three what?
The tree fell at your neighbor's.
Oh.
Which day was it?
You know what? Let's say we started on Wednesday, right? Last week. I think it's for maybe Saturday. I think Saturday.
That's amazing. Did it do any damage on their property?
Did you see the tree on the?
No, I hadn't. I didn't hear about it. I didn't know about it.
They put on the Facebook. Well, the tree, it's a part of the big tree, right? It's another range. That range leans over to the temple. Okay, and we already told them many times. We offer to cut for them for free. They give us a lot of problems. Okay, and suddenly, because over here we have a lot of wind. Because the temple in the open space, the wind hit so strong. And on that day, when we wake up, the tree fall on the other side, on the neighbor side.
That's amazing. That's
And
amazing.
The van, it's next to the tree, but not even touch the van. If they no Dharma protector or Bodhisattva, I don't think this will happen this way. It will happen to the temple. It's amazing. That's why when we have this kind of retreat and in a sincere way, everything could happen in a good way. Actually, I did not witness it, but you know thầy giáo đạo, right? He right? The
Mhm.
monk giáo đạo, right?
Yeah.
He's here right now with us. He helped us to we just bought the land for the next to our temple. It become the letter L, right? For the we prayed that that land is for the parking, because our temple is very small. We don't have enough parking for even 100 people. So we just lucky we bought the land next to it, connect to our land, and it become the letter L. We go straight in and we turn left. It become the L, and it will go to the other side of the street. And that's why he come here to help us to ride the construction vehicle, to take care the foot, the soil, and the rock, to make the foundation strong. So when the rain, it not have mud, so the car won't stuck. That's good. So that's a good thing too. For this time. So yeah, that is excellent. We just finished the Avatamsaka Sutra yesterday. It's about 8 days.
I was listening online some. It sounded like there were so many people there.
Oh, did you
And
go
like
to
I couldn't believe. I was like, wow, how many people are there? Yeah, it was really, really strong. I think it was Friday maybe was when I was listening to the most, and I was just blown away at how powerful.
you went to the enlightened Buddha temple website, chùa Phật Giác?
It was a Facebook one.
Yeah.
I think the one that's connected here, the Facebook that's here, the Blessed Buddha one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we have the Facebook live stream. It's amazing. Anyway. Okay, all right, let's stop right here. Yeah, that amazing. That's really amazing. And we already informed the neighbor, and they said they're sorry, and they will try to find the way to cut the tree for us, and we offer them that we willing to share the half of the cost for them, so they can be able to have enough money to cut the tree. It's okay. Because we really thank you them. For many years we rent their property for the parking, but sometimes the raining, it come down during the day that we do the ceremony. Well, even though we pay the money, but we cannot use it because of the mud.
So they sold it to you? You bought it from the neighbors?
No, different land. Not that one. Different one. It's better one. It's better than the one we learn. We learn. But it's okay. But we still want to keep the affinity, the good affinity with them. Yeah. All right. Well, go ahead, Tammy. Thank you.
May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with heart of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank you.